Alright, I'm back with another Road to 2200 Rapid Chess Rating video on chess.com. I believe this is game 24, after 23 games, I have a record of 13 wins, 4 draws, and 6 losses. So pretty good record so far, and I've gained a good chunk of rating. I think I'm about 80 rating points higher than when I started this, but let's just jump right in to this game. I have the black pieces playing a 2151. He opens with e4, and I play the modern defense. Pawn to g6, just looking to fianchetto the bishop and be very provocative and control the center from afar rather than putting pawns in the center. All right, we got pawn to d4, bishop g7, and he chooses to play c4. So we're back into kind of a queen pawn setup or King's Indian type structure where you play the pawns to control all of the center. So c4, d4, and e4. And I basically have a King's Indian setup minus the knight on f6, and I think that is beneficial because then I can look to maybe put this knight on e7 long term, get a quick f5 in at the right time. But I just go d6, knight c3, knight d7, bishop to e3, and I play pawn to e5. And really the benefit of playing this setup versus playing the King's Indian is that you can play knight to e7 and f5 right away instead of having to play knight to f6 and then move your knight again before playing f5. So kind of saving myself a tempo here. Knight to e2 was played, knight ge2. I play knight e7, queen to d2, and I go h6. So he should probably look to just blow open the center and play f4 and make me do something with this pawn on e5. Instead, he chooses to castle queenside. So basically when I go h6, I'm saying, okay, I'm not castling. If I castle, he's just going to take this pawn. So I'm not going to do that. I might play g5 at some point, but really I'm kind of just playing h6 to stop him from going bishop h6, and I'm kind of just leaving the king side as is right now. He castles queenside though. I go pawn to a5, and I'm really just looking to kind of probe him on the queen side. I might go a4. I might go b6 and try and bring my bishop out somewhere. But really a5 is just a expansion move. I'm looking to play a4 if he allows it. He goes pawn to f3, and I don't think this is the most pressing way of playing. I think he should probably go knight b5 here, which kind of puts a grip on my position. I can't go c6 because he'll take on d6, but in the game it was f3, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because this is a move that you really want to play when my knight is on f6, so you can stop knight g4 hitting the bishop. But in this case, I think the only thing it does is it prepares pawn to g4. But I think instead he should have been looking to play f4 potentially. Maybe not right now in this position, but that's probably a more critical idea. So f3, I go a4, and now he goes a3, which is not a great move because it just allows me to play knight to c6, and I put my pieces on good squares controlling e5, and if he goes d5, which is what happens in the game, I start to eye up this weak b3 square that he created when he played pawn to a3. So this is kind of unpleasant for him to deal with. You can't take this pawn because you get hit with the fork. So knight a5 is a little bit annoying here. And he goes queen to d3. I play knight c5. And my idea is after bishop takes c5, don't take back with the d pawn. This would not be that good. Instead, give a in-between move, knight b3 check, and after king b1, then take the bishop on c5. And then he blunders with g4. So he just hangs this queen. So I take the free queen, and then pretty much the game is over after that. Surprised he played on, but it was nice to get a free queen because that never happens. So I'm okay with giving back some material to simplify the position, so I play b5, and I'm really inviting him to do this because I'm just going to take here and go for this position. This is just going to be an easily winning position for me, but instead, after bishop takes b5, he goes bishop c2, drop the bishop back, and then I just look to double on the b file and bring my rooks over. he's kind of just shuffling because he can't really make progress over on the king side. If he ever takes, I'm just going to take back and keep his knight boxed out. So he goes rook d2, and I play rook takes b2, and then hit him with the pin here. So it's unpleasant for him to deal with. Goes bishop b1, we trade, I take here, I put him back in the pin, threaten a3, knight to e2, hitting my queen, I give a check, he blocks, a3, rook c2, bishop a4. This rook can't really keep defending this knight, so I'm just going up more material. Rook b7 to stop mate on b2, but bishop b5, and then after bishop c2 I just take. There was probably a better way of playing, but I just played into the simplified ending, and then I get this check to win his rook at the end. But pretty good game. It was a good opening. Generally, I would say things started to kind of turn around once he played pawn to f3, and then after a4 he plays a3. This is kind of a weakening move that I was able to take advantage of relatively quickly. But I think this is my 14th win, and I'm currently at the highest rating that I've been at in quite some time. So I'm really eyeing that 2200 rating, and it's in sight. So hopefully I can continue playing well, and I will see you guys in the next video.